Recently, we officially reached and surpassed 1,000 subscribers, and to celebrate this milestone for this community, I will be drawing a group illustration of the already introduced characters from my story, Talismanic, while answering you guys' questions. Hey, I'm Gigi, an artist and VTuber who creates character stories and shares them through art and other creative endeavors. Let's get into it. A couple of days ago, I made a poll on the community tab asking you guys what you wanted to see for my 1K subscriber special, and a lot of you guys wanted to see a Q&A. So that's what we're doing. I made another post where you guys could ask all of your questions, and today, while I draw, I will be answering some of the questions you guys left, as well as a fast question round that I came up with on my own. Anyways, this is the sketch that we are working with. I should mention that you'll probably notice that some of their outfits may change slightly, and that is just because I did some more silhouette designs on the side just to kind of make sure that their structures and character silhouettes are a bit more defined since they are game characters. Now that we have that out of the way, I will continue with our questioning. Our first questions come from 𝑻𝒊𝒎𝒆𝒊𝒏𝒆. I apologize if I mess up anybody's names. Their first question is, who is my favorite character in Talismanic? Alright, let's see. From the characters revealed so far, my favorite is Varian, but the reason is mainly just because he has so much like wet cat energy that I can't help but love him. However, the next character to be revealed is probably going to end up being my close second favorite because he's such a goofy character. I'm writing him now and I'm enjoying it, chat. The second question is, what goal did I have when creating this channel? Honestly, I wanted to create some sort of content since I was really young and really just wanted to share my art and just what I came up with people. Embarrassingly, I used to fake record YouTube videos on a DS. I don't even know if people know what that is anymore, but I used to fake record YouTube videos on a DS and then they would just stay there because I don't even know how you get camera or anything off of a DS. All right, the next question is, what inspired me to create my VTuber? Becoming a VTuber was originally not on my list of cards, to be honest. I originally didn't know about them till I got an ad about it since I was watching too many MMD dance videos. If you know, you know. From there, I went down a rabbit hole of indie VTubers, corporate VTubers, the lot of it basically. And I've always been a faceless creator, so I enjoyed the idea of having something that moves a little bit besides just a picture. It's a way for people to connect a little bit more, even if you don't see my actual face, you know? The question continues with, what was it inspired by? So I actually had a story written for this model on screen, and there were so many plot hole issues that I ended up scrapping it because I kept changing the story because I just wasn't happy with it. And then I realized that honestly, I can do better. So across all of my social profiles, you'll notice that my model and profile images don't match. So if you click on the video, you're like, hey, who is this person? But basically that is the actual model that I will be re-debuting, which is planned for January. I'm hoping. She's practically done. I rigged her myself and everything, but there are some more things that I need to draw and add and, stream things that I have to deal with. This new model is actually going to be a completely different story and is more of a self-insert, large, grander story that I'm working on. All right. Thank you so much, Emerald, for the question and your good luck wishes. The next question comes from irrelevant_artist and honestly mood. They asked, when did I start drawing and if I have tips for artists? All right. I started drawing when I was really, really young. So honestly, I can't give you a definite age because I genuinely do not have a moment where I can remember not drawing. What got me into drawing is my mom. So she would draw on this paper and then I would print it out and I would color it in. And then I had a bunch of coloring books and all sorts of stuff. And eventually she got kind of busy, so I took it upon myself to kind of start doing it myself. And from there, I just kept drawing and drawing. And then I got into anime and stuff like that. So that inspired a lot of my art, comic artists, game artists, all that stuff. And if I have any tips for artists, since this is not specific, I feel like the best advice I would give is something that I wish I heard when I had started drawing and like wanting to share my art. And that would be to draw for yourself. What I'm saying is, if you do plan to create content or share your art with other people, at least try to create something that you can really love or enjoy doing. The best thing you want to do is be able to do something that you love instead of getting trapped in something that maybe isn't something you fully care about, because you're not going to enjoy it in the long run. All right, thank you so much for your questions, irrelevant_artist. The next question comes from Keto Illustrates. They asked, what are your main inspirations for your art style? I really like the details and everything, and I was just curious on what could have inspired your rendering and stuff. Okay. First of all, thank you so much. I'm so glad you like the style. Literally, the amount of comments that have talked about my art style is literally so heartwarming. I don't even know what to say, I'm be real. And it's really funny that you actually talk about my art style, because I did draw my own model, the model that you see on screen, and it was drawn in 2022. So there's been a lot of differences since then. However, in terms of my inspiration, a lot of it comes from concept artists, because that is actually one of my biggest inspirations. Like, I'm literally so obsessed, chat. That's literally what I'm going to school for, okay? I've like always been obsessed with concept artists since I was a kid, so I literally cannot even say it'd be anything besides anime and concept artists, but I feel like it'd be more concept artists than anything else. If I'm going to be specific, I've gravitated towards very colorful artists like Tony Infante. Oh my gosh, he is literally like an icon for real. I literally love his art so much. It's so colorful, and I love his compositions. I'm also inspired by comics though. I'm a huge webcomic, like webtoons, like everything. One of my big inspirations is Lina Im. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. I hope I am, but she is the webtoon author of White Blood or Unholy Blood, depending on which variation of the translation you've seen. But one thing that I really love is the way she draws folds, special effects, and anatomy. I've been obsessed, chat. Thank you so much for your question, Keto Illustrates. The next question is from Sophie for Eves or Evs. They asked, I can't think of anything remotely serious, so waffles or pancakes? Honestly, I was waiting for one of these kind of questions. Let's see. I had to think about this honestly. I haven't had waffles or pancakes in a bit. Well, actually, I think that's a lie. I think I had pancakes the other day. However, I would identify as a waffle girly. I'm gonna be real. Like, I grew up on waffles. Belgian waffles were like my thing, bro. Every time I went out to eat for breakfast, that's what I had. It's no joke. So I feel like I gotta be a waffle girly. Anyways, thank you so much for your question, Sophie for Eves/Evs. I'm so sorry. Now it's time for some rapid fire questions that I came up with. All right, the first question, will Talismanic be my only story on this channel? No, I have like 2 other stories that I haven't introduced yet, both of which I've had for a while. One of which is a little bit newer, but I think it'll come out sooner than the other one, if I'm gonna be honest. Why are my screenshots/screens in Japanese sometimes? If you have looked at my speed paints and you actually notice that my entire Clip Studio Paint UI is literally in Japanese, that is basically because I am currently learning Japanese and I am minoring in it as well. What do I like to do outside of art? I like to play video games. A lot of the video games that I play are mainly RPGs, like Genshin, like any HoYoverse games, because I don't have enough mental capacity to do anything else. At this point, there's like 4 games that I gotta like spread myself across. On top of those kind of RPGs, I also play like a bunch of Otome games, which anybody who's been in my Twitch chat has heard me talk about a lot, I'm be real. And I could go into a whole spiel about what kind of Otome games I love, but I don't think y'all want to hear that. So the other things that I do is watch anime, of course. I read manga and manhwa webcomics. I don't actually own any manga myself, just because I don't have the room for it. And I also like to sing, and I listen to J-pop and K-pop music. How did I learn to draw? That is entirely from YouTube. I'm going to be completely real with you. I learned through just doing it, and I used to watch a ton of tutorials on YouTube. Next question is messy sketches or clean sketches? I mean, just look at them. What is your favorite color/colors? Ironically, it's the color of my room. It's like a grayish purple. It's like very relaxing. Favorite movie? The Sound of Music. It's been this way for years. It's never gonna change. Who is Computer Kun? Okay, so in a couple of my community posts, you've probably heard me refer to Computer Kun, and it is the name of my computer. He is actually the replacement of Computer Chan, and Computer Chan was something else, okay? We don't talk about her, okay? So this is Computer Kun, you know, all in his glory. We basically have been fighting with the LEDs lately. I change it to purple and then he changes it to this color. So at this point, we're just kind of going back and forth. And I know you're probably like, bro, how the heck does he change his own colors? I don't know. That's what I've been asking. Okay, how many characters are going to be in the story of Talismanic? Okay, let's see, let me count. Let me do math. 6 main characters and 1 villain. So 7 main people, I think. I actually did a bunch of silhouette designs recently. I'll put them on screen, but this is basically, I think, most of the main group. Yeah, it's the main group except for like the villain. I didn't include the villain there because I didn't do her. Oh my gosh, spoiler. Let me stop. Anyways, what will become of the Talismanic story? All right. So there's different avenues that I've been thinking of because I really love this story, and I'm actually so happy that other people like this series as well. I have dreamed of creating a comic one day. However, I know that I talked about like web comics and stuff like that, but I actually want to create a book comic. I have a soft spot for comics, okay? And I would love to have my own comic that's like a book format that I can like flip through. I feel like that would be like really crazy, and I would love for Talismanic to maybe make it to that one day. This kind of goes into the next question. Would Talismanic become a game? I will neither confirm nor deny because it is always a possibility. However, I will leave you with this. My brother is a game dev student. So, next question. What do I stream on Twitch? I haven't been streaming too much recently because I just haven't had too much time. However, I plan to try to do at least just once a week on maybe Fridays, since I usually don't have classes then, so I can just focus on whatever I'm working on. However, in terms of content, a lot of what I stream is mainly just chatting and drawing streams, but for the most part, I think if you ever want to see my process or ask me about my process for making a lot of the videos on this channel, that would be the best way to actually go and ask me, because that is mostly what I'm going to be working on. If you are interested, you can check out the link in the description to my Twitch channel and you can just follow me. That way, when I do go live, you'll have the notification and be able to join. All right, next one is I mentioned medical issues. What do I mean? I'm not going to be like hesitant about speaking about this because I do feel like it makes a little bit more sense when I say, oh, sorry, this is taking a little bit longer or something of that nature. But my main issue is that I am suspected to have carpal tunnel in both of my wrists, so I have to take a lot more breaks, and it actually gets a lot worse sometimes when I have things to do for classes, since I'm typing all the time. So if I get in like a lot of pain by the time I'm done with classes and I just can't draw, then I literally lose a drawing day. So that's my excuse for why some videos take longer than others. Favorite sketchbooks? I would always suggest the Illo sketchbook, even though I don't do like traditional art much anymore. Favorite game? This is gonna be hard, but my favorite game series would be the Danganronpa series. I actually love Danganronpa so much. I am not even lying to you. And I know it's like depressing, so that like probably says too much about me, but it's such a good series, okay? I don't know. I just love like murder mystery kind of things, you know? But if we're going to talk Otome games, I'd say Mystic Messenger because it holds a special place in my heart and my horrid sleep schedule. Favorite anime? Kimi no Na wa, which is also Your Name, or Kami-sama Kiss. I'm just a shoujo fiend, okay? I can't help it. Favorite artist for K-pop and J-pop? Okay, so for K-pop, I'd say currently my like most streamed songs would be songs by Stray Kids, TXT, 𝒂𝒏, P1 Harmony, and And I think that's it for K-pop. For J-pop, I would say Lisa, Ado, Hanabi, Nine Lana, and Kira. So that's what I'd be listening to, chat. Feel free to check them out. They're like really great. Do I have pets? I do. I have a dog and a cat. My dog's name is Shadow and my cat's name is Spectre. Ironically, they are just like, you know, two peas in a pod. Sometimes on stream, you will hear my dog barking because he hates me. That has happened way too many times for me to count. Art brushes. Okay, I took the basic airbrush and I adjusted it to fit my style, and I use it for basically everything. I might put it up for download at some point along with some others I'm planning to make, because I'm just trying to make my, you know, job a little bit faster and easier and not make my wrists hate me too much. All right, that is all of the questions so far. Thank you guys so much for sending in your questions for me to answer. I look forward to continuing this journey and getting to share more of my stories and characters with you all. And now let's see the final reveal of this illustration. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for surpassing 1,000 subscribers. I can't wait to continue this journey and share all of the grand plans I have for you. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe for more. We're getting into some world building for Talismanic, hopefully next week, so stay tuned and subscribe to join the lab. Without further ado, have a great morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is for you, and I will see you in the next one.